All right, welcome everybody. Been a minute since we've been chatting with everyone in terms of all the things that are going on. And so, just as a quick recap of the transition and the formation and direction of the company, I'm stepping back. You won't hear from me very much anymore. And we have the pleasure of bringing Anand on as basically running my position, running the development positions, and coming in and stepping up as the he's basically the VP of operations. So let's everybody give a hand clap or some love to Anand for stepping in and joining us on this journey for the future. Yes, there we go. We got some claps and some hearts and some party hats. We need some party hats, dude. Party hats. Valerie, why do you say thank you? That's like a breath of fresh air. Thank you. And you don't have to laugh. It's okay. Um, but okay, I'm not going to tell anybody this, but somebody give me a guess how long Anand has been with our company. Just, type in a guess. We started seven years ago. We started in 2018. So we are 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Uh, okay. What else you got? That means a long time, guys. Okay. Okay. So do you have that? I think you showed me a screenshot the other day, which was the very first thing that you bought from us and when you bought it, right? So
Exactly.
you guys are pretty close. You guys are pretty close. Um, so the one thing that is important to understand is that there's basically nothing in this company that Anand hasn't been around and helped us with since day one. And it's been 7 years, correct? It was 19, it was in 18, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2018. And he said, I can help you, I can help you, I can help you. And my response was, yeah, you're just one of the VA types that want to get all my software and use it for free and pretend like you're helping me, right? So we kind of like went back and forth for, actually a couple of years. And he's still using this software. And one day I needed something. So I thought, give Anand a call, see if he knows what he's doing. And so we had a call and, that's when this journey with him came to us. So I say that in terms of for you all knowing that there's almost nothing that we have within this company that Anand hasn't been part of since the very beginning, right? So, that should give everybody some comfort. You've seen him on the Skype chats all the time, helping everybody else, coming up with different programs that we're working with. And Megatron days, exactly. Exactly, Gary. So, with that being said, from a scale of 1 to 100, what kind of confidence do you guys have in Anand running this portion of the company? From 1 to 100, and Mike James has already bloated out the water with 200. Okay. Awesome, Mike. Thank you. I'm in agreement with you. So, happy to say. So today we're kind of doing a couple things a little bit different in that over the course of time, how many of you guys know that Anand has created his own products? Right? Give me a yes or a no. Did you know that Anand has created his own products? Yes, 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 yes. I use them all the time. Yep, 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 yep. No. Okay, cool. Mary, no. All right, great. Well, today you guys are gonna be in for a surprise because one of the things that we've decided to do to expand TRS is to not only bring Anand in as, vice president and marketing, but we're going to show you something today, some of the things that he's been working on that we're going to incorporate, for you guys within TRS. You excited about that? Excited to see what he's been working on, that's going to blow your mind. right? And I mean, blow your mind. And I only got one thumbs up. That's pretty sad. Only one thumbs up to people that are interested in seeing what you, maybe we should just stop. You know?
And and Patrick, pardon me to get into it, but I want to also promise one more thing. Whoever be till the end of the webinar, whatever we are going to present would be actually the last part. So we will be doing some research, SEO things, and then later on we will come to that phase which Patrick is talking about. And I tell you, nobody have ever seen something like this. Can work in any local niche.
So you better
So
stay to the end to get to see it all. So I'm going to stop talking because everybody's telling me to shut up. So I can take a hint. I know that you're the superstar here, so let's rock and roll. Let's show everybody what we're doing and
yeah,
get the show on the road.
okay.
Oh, I got a question for everybody because this is going to be really cool. What is the one thing Gary always tells you to do before we start a webinar? Go to where and get what? Who knows that? Go to and get what? Okay, Elsie, you got at least half of it. You forgot the first part, Walmart. But all right, cool, good. All right, so let's get our depends on and let's go. You're up. You're up. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Like start. Okay, so everybody type me one in the chat if you can see my screen. Okay, so we got lots of one. So that being said, we have got my screen shared with you all. Okay, so we had certain agenda. The first and second part is actually about we are going to do certain live research with the market thing, what is working in the local SEO and all like that. And then after that, maybe we can have certain Q&A. If you have any questions during the webinar, you can just put that in the chat box. And also the last part is what Patrick was talking about, revealing something that I have been working on very recently. So going forward, let's start with the basic. Let's explore with you any local niche which you work with in any city area. So I want you to give me some suggestion for a local keyword where a niche plus keyword plus local area is there. So give me certain ideas. So let's explore together anything from my eyes. Let's put together some complicated one like the New York City and some other one. So yeah, San Jose is a good one. NYC can be a highly competitive one. Okay, wind treatment, vegan, catering in Harford County. Okay. Okay, cool. So
Harford County, where?
Hartford County. Yeah, I
No,
need
there's
to
lots
check
of
that.
Harford. What state?
I need to check Hartford County.
Does that sound better?
It's in Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah. Injury attorney. Okay. Somebody
I want to
saying my
know who put
sound.
that in for Maryland because that's where I live. I live in Harford County. That's why I ask.
It's
SC. Okay.
strategic commerce.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
we got to talk.
Yeah, 1 second. I got a feedback about my mic.
That was me, buddy. I had the fan on.
Okay. So my voice is coming fine. Then tell me one, please.
Yes.
In the chat box, type one if you listen me good. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's just pick one of the. Okay. So Hartford County is in CT. That's the side. Okay, let's just pick one of that. So I have been working in San Jose for some clients. So let us see it from my eyes. This keyword. I go to incognito mode. 1 second. I don't know what's not copying me things. Home improvement San Jose. I think it's in California, right? Okay, so this is it. Okay, so let's explore some of the rankings. By the way, these are new dive and sponsored results are actually placed without any kind of, people know that, but they now looks like they are regular results, but they are actually sponsored. So we have the AI overview, then we have a Yelp, and then we have this. These ones are actually, this one is like maybe a multi-location one. This may be a real business beside home improvement, and this may be also a real one. So these three are the real businesses. Then we go to certain phase 3, and let's see some of the websites from phase 3, whoever is there. So we pick this one, we pick this one. Okay, we pick this one as well, maybe this one.
Hey,
Okay,
and
so what?
just FYI, when you pick Lowe's, that's like Walmart here. That's a super mega store. Just
Close. Okay.
FYI. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we keep. So these three are actually the good ones, which are in top ranking, and these two are like not in top ranking. So we will explore it from my eyes. What makes them phase 3? None of these are associated with us in any way, so we are just doing it for our research work. So we don't know who they are. So first thing first, we coming here. If we go mouse over our mouse, we see the meta title. It's a number 1 remodeling contractor. Home improvement St. George is the first part. So what I personally noticed over the last 2 years when I was working in AI, SEO, writing tools, app and all that, I see this very important. Whenever you have a meta title, it needs to be the edge close edge first part of your meta title. So now you see this guy is having home improvement St. George. So that's their first part. So what's the best way to put the meta title? Meta title is actually your, so meta title is actually the technical term, but in the WordPress or any CMS you have is as a meta title or the SEO title. So here, just 1 second. So here we have meta title as the first thing we see. Now we go to the second one. You see they have the home improvement as first word, but what they don't have is they don't have this St. George there, but the location may be the factor where Google is determining them, associating them with the home improvement in that area. Now the third one, home remodeling St. George. So what we see the pattern, all the three meta title, they have the technical keyword in city in their first part of the meta title. So never make it like company name first and then your keyword. No, your keyword should be the first one, and then you can put a pipe sign just like this, keyword, pipe sign and brand name. This is a better one. So you can just go with this way all the time. That's fine. Then we see this one. Here you will see they neither have St. George nor they have home improvement. So this is the one from the page 3 we pick. So their meta title is not optimized for this keyword. They may be doing well with the general contractor keyword, but not the home improvement. And then we come here, we see this one, we randomly pick it, and they neither have home nor improvement nor the St. George. So give me the one if this makes sense to you all. and you are very much aware now that why meta title matters and how to handle them. And if you ask me on a website to rank something, meta title is the one of the most important thing. One of the most important thing. So now, what are the most important areas? One is the meta title. Second is the meta. Not the meta description is not that important, but yeah, it's always better. What I personally do is I use one of a variation of my main keyword and solution oriented. So don't put it your meta description such as we provide this. Try to make some pain point, a small one, and you can just use one of the variation of the main keyword. I generally don't use the same keyword there in the meta description. So this one is high impact on ranking, the meta title. And the third one is H1. This is the first big header most of the website have. So here is the H1. Here is the H1. Here is the H1. So these are all the H1. So H1 is also having a high impact. Then whoever uses my AI tool, we use a terminology called TLDR. So it is the first paragraph generally. Let me see. Too long, don't read. So that's the TLDR. Generally, there is a line after the heading. That's the next most important thing in any website. TLDR. So anytime you get a client, what you do is you make sure these 3-4 things are at least technically updated and done the best. Whatever the TRS have is all the backlink tools. So you understand that when you have a website, you need to do these basics, and it doesn't cost you too much time. Optimizing the content, etc. can take time, but doing this part is way easy than optimizing the entire site. So this is the first thing we recommend. So, and I tell you, when your site is well optimized, if somebody say your site is well optimized, these are the core things. First core thing, first set of core things that matters in SEO. So with the example, we live seen 3 example from the top 3 or top 10, and we see comparison with the other ones. And if you are into Sanjo's business, I have a good news for you that the top rankings even do not have the optimized H1. So if you optimize, if you do the business, home improvement, Sanjo's client you have, and you optimize the H1, you get a better chance. So that's the thing. And about the TLDR, that should be also solution oriented and should also include some of your major services for the homepage and things like that. So this is one thing. And okay, so do you have anybody have any doubts? Then you can let me know in the chat. We can cover that up. And otherwise, we can pick it into the question time. Give me one if this thing makes sense to you, and give me 2 if you have still any confusion or like that. Okay, we got ones. Okay, cool. And how many of you want to tell me, admit me that how do you determine the TLDR? Valerie asked a question, how do you determine the TLDR? If it's about homepage, it should be a short, maximum 2 sentences, covering a problem, solution, and also putting something about your expertise there. H1, do you have a brand name on the homepage? There is another question from Joanne that can we have the brand name in the H1? Sometime you can, and it's not harmful to use the brand name there. So yeah, you can use brand name there. But the most important thing is your exact match keyword should be there in the H1 and your meta title. By doing this, maybe 15 to 20% of the problems are reduced by optimizing this part. So how many of you know the importance of these factors which we discussed. Tell me one, if you are already doing this. Tell me two, if you have not been this clear or not utilizing it so strongly. So one or two, please. Okay, so okay, okay. Patrick, you there?
I'll be here.
Okay, so you say a lot of tools also coming.
I
So
do.
so
It's
the
about
thing is like,
50-50. Yeah,
yeah,
about
50-50
50-50.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
50-50 like that. So whenever you have a client, the good thing about, yeah, it's a basic optimization stuff, but still you see two and not all. So there is a reason why we discuss it here. So the thing is like, the good thing about the local SEO is generally our client have 10 to 30 page website, and then optimizing these stuff won't make a problem. So now let's go to the maps. Okay, so we are into the maps. So this guy have 53 and this guy had 23, and these are the big ones with the reviews, but not ranking there. So let us see this 2 days ago. Okay.
You're kind of talking a little unanswered now. Louder, you can hear.
Your voice is interrupted. Can you repeat it for me?
You're talking too soft. Speak up. Louder.
Okay, speak up louder. Okay, fine. Okay, so can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay. So we see this is like not a sponsored one, but they are ranking number one. We don't know this market. We just exploring it live with you guys. You see, they have posted a GPP post just 2 days ago, and I'm not saying GPP posts are helping, but GPP post actually helps you making your things updated. Is one thing that I see why a 53 reviews GPP is there as a first, you know, prima facie region. I find here why they are ranking there. So if you see, they have a 2 days ago post and then 2 December. So they actually post around one time in a week, something like that. So by doing a GBP post once a week, we can say it's one of the advantage they have. Now we going here. Okay, so this guy is ranking fourth and they don't have a post there. Yeah, they don't have. So now you can see like, and this guy don't have even a website. So now you see like we found this as a second important, you know, thing we have noticed different, because other than that we need other tools to scan the things, but this was the basic one. Anyways, coming to the structure of the website, why this website may be ranking well, let's explore that opportunity now, and let's keep the other ones with us. 1 second. How many of you actually utilizing GBP services and service description tabs? Can you share me one if you are already utilizing, or two if you are not utilizing? Okay. Okay. Patrick, there have been lots of conversations about how we need to replicate GBP website structure and GBP same way. So I'm going to be on that point now, how to
Sure.
optimize it in a way that both are synchronized. So how Google finds you is like your website is the same way others website is. So what kind of things matters for them is like, one of the thing we can do is we can create, first of all we need to log into the Google My Business, check for categories. If our competition have suppose like 3 category and we only have one, so obviously two of them has to be added. That's the first thing we do. Second thing I recommend is we create a list of services. What kind of list of services business provide, and they fall under which category. So what is a perfect, I'm not sure they're doing in this way or not, but I can explore it with you guys. Home improvement is their primary keyword, and their homepage is talking about kitchen remodeling, bathroom remodeling, ADU. Then they have another section that's talking about the same. Then they have home addition. Then they have home improvement services. Now this, now after the list of services, what they have features. So they offer free consultation, planning and design, construction and delivery. Now what they have service areas. So these are all the service areas which they have. Now they have a contact form where they provide an estimate. And now they're talking about the company. So a little paragraph is there with some photo. They have a review wizard and they have a FAQ. So let me write it down here. So we conclude it all together. First of all, they have list of services with 1-2 paragraphs each. Second part they have is like features of their services. Third part they have is service areas with some photos. Photos are not mandatory, but service areas are mandatory. And then they have estimation form. Okay, we are just trying to decide on what kind of structure about company, and then we want to have reviews, visit from GMB. Then they have FAQs. Then they have contact form. That's it. So this is the number one, I mean the top ranking website which we see. Now let's come to the second one. What do they have? They have products. So maybe they are dealing in some kind of products, I believe. So it may not be the right example because they are into certain product thing. Okay, so this one is a good example. Okay, so we see a symmetry here. This website have this part, then they have process or features, we can say, and then they have each images, and okay, features of their service is also there because we can see our values, so it's kind of their features. Okay, so recent projects. Then they have a video. You know what, Patrick? Accidentally, I believe one of my app's content is there. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. But it looks like it's Quora app content. Anyways, so then they have some closed accordion, but I will exclude it. It's some advanced
Yeah,
thing.
that's okay.
Okay, so reviews they have. Now they have service areas. Then they have some stats. That's good to have. If you can have certain real statics, then go for it. Then they have a call to action. So here call to action was actually the contact form. Now, how many of you see a close relation in between both of the top ranking site? Give me one if you can correlate what kind of content structure they have. Give me two if it is unclear to you now. So we just explored what kind of content structure they both have, which is ranking higher.
Well, Valerie understood it. Yep. Ken got it.
Yep.
Valerie understood it. Yep.
Yep. So don't make it complicated. whoever is your competitor, go to their website, make
Cool.
notes like this for the home page because it's your most important page, and then you can go with all this. Once you have it, Patrick, what I would do if it was my client business and I'm doing SEO, I will include what this don't have from this. So
Yep.
I will actually have 9, 10, 11, and I will also include 3 from here. And then my page is highly optimized. So
I just write a prompt for doing the much of what you're teaching everybody here is we can design and write prompts to go get all that data and put it into a file so you already have a lot of it completed. But you got to know the right questions like Anand is sharing with you, to get it. Because I guarantee you, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Anand, but if you were to compare the top 5 companies that are listed, they're all going to have different data. So the point of what you're trying to say is if they all have different data and they're all ranking in the top 5, our job and your job is to find all of the data points that are different so that when you're done, you basically have one list, and that one list encompasses everything that everybody's doing. So now you've got what everybody's doing, and everybody else doesn't have what everybody's doing. They only have what they're doing. Does that make sense to everybody? And it's easy enough to create a prompt, what I just put in the chat, to just play around with this and get that data and get that information. And I'm sure you're gonna kind of go over this, Anand, but the one prompt that I use all the time that I built is I want to have my prompt get their schema code. I want the schema off their website. I want the schema off of everything that they're doing. And then when you take and combine what you're sharing here, because I know you already do this, right? But if we can create the schema code from all 5 of the top competitors, and it includes everything that each of the competitors doesn't have, and you're building your site out and your GPB out with that information, now you're incorporating everything that everybody has. And that's what Anand's trying to share with you here in the two and what he's doing and how he's building this stuff you're going to see later is that you don't want to miss anything. And it's so easy to do. You just have to sit there for about an hour, 2 hours and go through this and build your own prompt. I gave you the basis of the prompt at the top, above. Did everybody see that? Make sense to everybody? It's very simple, but you can really drill this thing down. And by the time that you're done, exactly what Anand is sharing with you here manually, figured out on your own because it's going to make a big difference in what you're trying to accomplish. Would you agree with that, Anand?
yeah, and I tell you why I have shared this, because the next part of our presentation, where we have ranked the website within 24 to 48 hours, like that, that's correlated. So what this all is, that is all we have already made that automation and at
Right.
higher degree. So now we understood that how to analyze the competition a little bit. We also understood what are the various important things we need to take care of when building a website. So I tell you, I'm doing SEO for 20 years, and Patrick, maybe some of people will say you SEO is unstable, SEO is not working, or things like that. I tell you, for me, based on my experience, it is honest thing. I would say SEO was never easy than today.
Correct.
It is that easy now. You just don't have to overcomplicate stuff by buying all the tools. You have to focus only on 2 dimensions. Get the quality backlinks, which we already have the TRS tool for. And second, only on your content and structure. And I tell you, content and structure was never seen this important as it is important today to rank better. So why I was discussing all this is, if your website do have, suppose, like 30 services, you create 30 pages. If your website have business have 20 services, you create all those 20 services and do not do anything. just do one thing, make sure your 20 services are reflected on your home page, because most of time your home page is linked with the GBP.
So here's a question, Anand. A lot of people get lazy. And so the first paragraph on services is we do gutters. The next paragraph is we do siding. The next paragraph is we clean your carport. And it's all on one page. What do you suggest about, the difficulty of doing that as opposed to creating one single page for one single service and continue to segment that? Is that important?
I want to tell you, like, exploring various niche, I found is the most important structure for the home page was this one, which this website already have. One image, one subheading, which is mostly the S2, and the one paragraph. So whenever you see a local business, most of time you will see this kind of a box. That website is ranking on top, and this is a very, systematically you will find it in any local niche. So any website which is ranking top, you go to the website, you will mostly find this one. So their services are listed, and also you will find, suppose this website is ranking top, then we click there, what you see, home renovation page is there. So we are not telling it from our side, we are telling how one of the business is doing their website ranking high, and why their website may be ranking high. Because when you click on home edition, it goes to the home edition page. And whatever the keyword we have, I can show you infinite times. This is the most common thing which you will find in the top ranking sites. These boxes. One image, one S2 for each service, and one paragraph. This is the most common structure among all the top ranking sites. Most of the time I see. So that being said, start from your GBP. Make sure all the boxes are filled up. I tell you, Patrick, it's a real story. We had a client, they had a lot of GBP, and many of the GBP were very old, and even the GBP description box was empty. And I tell you, it's a very real problem. We do the backlink factory, we do the POI factory, and when it works, we are happy. When it doesn't work, we say backlink factory not working. It's not about backlink factory, it's about that foundation. So that foundation has to start from the GBP content. You fill up your GBP description, you fill up your service areas, that's very core information. And whatever the service areas you fill up, you copy those service areas and make sure that exist in your home page. Same way. So it can't be like this that you put there San Jose and your website is not having San Jose mentioned on the home page, which is like from the GBP. So do these basics and you will find SEO is so easy. SEO is not about struggle anymore, because we struggle because we think every other day a new product is there, we buy that and we think it will make us rank. No, you can do basics and SEO. And I tell you, Patrick, there was a time when PBNs were on boom, people on the high. So people were paying $200, $500, getting those 9-page rank link and 8-page
Yeah,
rank
well,
link, right? That was an era. So Google realized that page rank is exploited in some way. So they removed that data. Now people have DAPA and all those other metrics.
yeah, that's why we
Now,
just use Google backlinks because we don't have to worry about it in
correct.
backlink factory.
So I tell you, this is the right time when you have the correct foundation created. As we speak, fill up the description, fill up the service areas in GBP, have at least one post in a week for your GBP. Take it this way. 52 posts in a year is a must. We are not asking you more than 50, but at least once a week, your GBP should send Google certain signals that you are a updated business, you are actually doing certain things live
And
every
now it's
week.
easy enough to do all that with our AI agents that we build anyway. So it's not even you don't even, it's not
Yeah,
rocket science anymore. So I have a couple questions for you.
yeah.
Joanne's asking, are you using stock or AI graphics? Are they still beneficial to Google?
Technically, I tell
Whether
you,
AI
yeah,
doesn't matter, right? But
I
are they
tell
still
you technically,
beneficial?
of course they are. So as far as you take care of all the other dimensions, that is not a major factor you using a stock image or not. You can, we will still show you certain website ranking in 48 hour that is using 100% of stock images. So we will clear that doubts. Yeah.
But Anand, I'll tell you one thing that does make a difference, regardless of what image you're using. If you don't take the time to go into properties and use what Google gives us the ability to do and stuff the living shit out of the back end of your image with content data that's relevant to the image, that's relevant to your site, you're missing the boat. If you just slap an image up there, it's like taking a postage stamp and putting it on a letter, and the postage stamp doesn't stick on the letter because it doesn't have glue. If you're going to put images on there, just don't put an image. Metadate the hell out of the image on the back side. Google gives us that opportunity. Stuff it. It's okay. Lie. Put everything in there you want to put in there about what that product is. And it will make a big difference. If you just slap an image up there, it's just going to look at the picture. It's not going to, it's pretty, but it's not going to do anything for your SEO.
And even yeah, image data is important, of course. And I want to mention one another dimension of it. What happens is when you go to Pexels or any other website, you are actually downloading a 3000, 4000 pixels wide image. And people, they just use the same image. They don't need that big image. So you have to invest time, because when you are using a 8 MB of, I tell you, I was having 80 images that was costing around 700 MB for 80 images. When I compress them, it
Yep.
became 400 KB, all of them. So that's where the difference is. So it's not the stock library. Then you will see people say stock library not working. It's not about what's working, what's not working, how you using it. Are you putting certain resource and certain
Yep.
extras from your side? Yeah.
So here to follow up on that, what you were saying, like you see where that says kitchen remodeling, bathroom remodeling, and so forth. The question is, do you have to or should you list the service areas on the homepage, or can you just place a link on the homepage to the service area page?
You have to list one image, a smaller size like this guy is doing. You will see this pattern around any local niche. 99 or 90% of time you will see this. One image, this kind of a content block. Block design can be anything. It can be vertical, it can be horizontal, slider, whatever
Okay,
way
but she's
you
talking,
like it.
and then the question is about the service area, not the product.
Okay,
So,
list of service area on the home page, or can you just place a link?
right,
No, that text information should be on home page. Then you can
exactly.
even put a hyperlink to that location page, no?
You could at the bottom of your site
Yeah.
put, in
Just
the
list
footer
of
area,
areas.
just
Yeah,
like
you can put,
everybody else does,
yeah,
links to your service areas.
yep. So putting that in menu is for user. Putting them in the content is for Google.
Correct.
Yep.
Hopefully that answers your question.
Okay.
All right,
So do
moving
you have
on.
any other question? Yeah.
Nope, we're good.
Okay. So let us go ahead. Shall we go to the next part of the presentation?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Remember, I'm not the boss anymore, so I don't care what you do.
Okay. So we want, so last 2 year I have been working with AI and the content, as many of you know, and I have worked with the leader software of Cora with Tad Kubitis. I had an opportunity to personally meet him in India just a short while ago. So the thing is, like, I have been working with content. We're doing good with content, so content is not a problem for us. But the main problem for us was website. So I was thinking, what if I had to make, okay, so what if I had to make a website automatically? All, we can go to the ChatGPT and can ask it to create a web page for this content, or we can ask ChatGPT to create a page. But when you create an entire website, it has so many data set, interlinks, menu bar, footer, header. It was so complicated. And yeah, so that's where last 2 years I have been working to find out a solution. And we just put a test website. It's SEO agency austintx.com. And I want to tell you one more important thing. Everyone, you will listen around 1 year, 2 year ago, people were saying EMD doesn't work. EMD, exact match domain. Like your keyword is actually your domain name is actually your keyword.com. This is the golden era for those kind of domains. And they are working. And whenever you type anything in the local search for the local keyword, you will find exact match domain at least 3 out of 10 times. So exact match domain is this one, SEO agency Austin, Texas. So we may put Texas as TX. So we booked this domain 3 days ago. This website was made live. So it's hardly 48 hours. Indexing is still going on. And let us see how many pages Google have already indexed. 1 second. It seems like after starting this webinar, my clipboard not working. Okay, so we can see 48 hours ago and website is almost indexed. So we can see that. So 3 days ago, we built the site, and whatever the system we have built our website mechanism here with us, and it can work in any niche. So it's not just about SEO, it can be about plumber, it can be about garage store, it can be about home improvements, any local medical term and all that. So it can work in any niche, whatever we are showing you. And presently it is in English, but very soon we are going to cover the German and other languages, Spanish and all that. So what is this? Let's explore the website. So it's a test website we created, and it have an H1. This is your TLDR. Then we have an image. They all have, alt tag, etc. Of course, meta tag. We were in bulk creation, so we have not put the meta data to the images, but we had to. So we will do in the future. Now you see about company. So we have about company section there. Now we have a call to action. Now you see this, Patrick, this is the main reason why this website is ranking, because we have put all the services with one image and one paragraph as we speak. And we also confirmed by the user provided keyword of St. George Home Improvement that the same thing that guy was also doing on their website, right? Then we have certain bullet points, headings, another call to action after a long. Then we also have one more call to action. You see our SEO agency process. If we have put those notes, we know that process was one of the thing in one of the top websites. So we have that part there. You see this is what I was saying about the service areas. So you put them into this area. This is fine. This is for user. But this is not only for user, this is for Google also, that you put them like this. So the next time you work for a local website where you have multiple cities, you just put them like this. Then we have why to choose us. So we have those options. And then we have a call to action, YouTube video. We also see there was a video in one of the website in the top ranks, and we have that thing there. And this is the most important thing, Patrick. When the last time you saw, it was not there, as I told you. So this is the most important thing. We have these local landmarks and local things mentioned. I'm not from Austin, so I don't know, but the localities and their details are there. The highways are there, the universities or any buildings or whatever. Then we have adjacent areas, the nearby locations, nearby cities. We also have certain information for the metropolitan and county things. We also talking about the transportation. We are not putting too much of content around this, because our purpose for this information is only to get those entities, those local points counted against in favor of our website. And now we are closing it with our agency services in Austin. So this all is there. Because I'm not located there, so the test website have only the Austin, but if it is for a client, we can use their map embed. Then this is also important. If you have a client website, you should always have your hours, and those hours should be synchronized with your GBP. They should not be different. So your GBP and your footer should always have the hours like this. If you have social profiles, you can give links there. And this is also important, that you should have those legal prices. And in our case, we are putting a disclaimer, but it's not required for the client side. We are using Word Google, so we have just put a disclaimer. So this is a website. It's like a 40 pages around website, a very clean HTML look and feel, and all the content is there. And I can tell you exactly how we are doing SEO optimization here in this website. So you will see all the services are there, and these all services had one paragraph and one image on the home page. Then we have all the location pages, and this, suppose we are into this service page, we again talking about various subtopics of this service. So when we are talking about local SEO, we are talking about local citation, on page for local SEO, GPP, reviews, etc. So you can see in the service page, we are talking about the subtopics, and we are talking about the process, how we do the local SEO, why to choose us for the local SEO. And this is the most important thing, Patrick. We are linking back to the home page from the service page within the content. So all the home page,
doing your internal, you're getting an internal backlink on.
So we are boosting our home page from our service page, and this is there for everything. And now we see there was one of a top ranking number one site we pick was having the FAQ, so we have the FAQ as well. Okay, and then we have service areas. So this is okay. You can put all of your services here. Do you know the advantage, Patrick, why we have these city areas in the service page? We already have, let me tell you, already have the location pages, but even if I don't have the location pages, there are certain chances where local SEO and central Austin, if Google don't find anything, they will rank this page. Yes. So you can also put these service areas even if you don't have pages for location. Putting them worth it. So that's why you will see in the service pages, we have these structures. The same way for all the pages. Now let's talk about the location page. And I will tell you exactly how we designed this website, 48 hours ranking, and what specifically we have done. So this is one of a location page, Central Austin. Okay. Now you see this, Patrick? We are linking to each and every single service. No image this time, but they have a backlink to the service page.
Correct.
And it is a location page. Okay. And then we have, so if we are talking about Central Austin, Texas, then we are the key areas or whatever we have in there. We also have the Central Austin map embed for the relevance factor. And these elements will help the space to rank more better for the Central Austin, because we are using the top places and universities and all that, but in a short note time. So this is like an entire website created by our system. And now let's explore what we got there. By the way, Patrick, just before the webinar started, I noticed that you read it. WebG appears to be a company or service offering web design in Austin.
Yep.
And I have no footprint at all in Austin.
Yeah.
So the AI, because of the way the content is structured, is trying to learn me, connecting me and my website with Austin in a very controlled way. And I can tell you exactly how I did it. And I tell you, this is one of the biggest research I have done. You know what? I always never wanted to tell people WebG is from Austin when it is not from Austin. Okay. I don't want anything at false at all. So what we did, we did is this one. You see, now serving in Austin. So we actually pushing it through the very baseline basics. I can't say WebG is in Austin. WebG is a Austin company, but I can say now serving in Austin.
That's just a text link. That's not a hyperlink, right?
No, it's not a hyperlink. I
Right.
just
It's just text.
associated this next to the WebG, so
Yeah,
Google
yeah.
reads it. And it was just a test. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
Google will reward it or not. But now, as a reflection, I see Google is somewhere trying to understand and connect me through the Austin. So this is how, and you know, WebG appears to be an SEO agency serving West Austin. You read it. So basically, it was just like a test for me. I was just trying to go ethical, not try to say Austin-based company when it's not there. By the way, whatever the ranking we are seeing right now, they will fluctuate for next 10 days because it's a very fresh new website. So this is the screenshot around 2 hours before the webinar started. SEO agency in location, Texas, ranking number 2.
And then just to backtrack, everybody's wanting you to tell them how old this site is. When did you first begin to build it? And
3 days ago,
when did it launch?
2 days ago.
2 days ago, right?
Yeah, 2 days ago. Yeah. So you see, and I tell you, Patrick, this Thrive Internet Marketing is a big agency. It ranks
Yeah,
almost
they are. They're huge.
entire
I know who
USA.
they are.
And I believe everyone have seen one of their SEO page ranking in all over the US. So we got
Thrive's
this
a big
spot
company.
just below that. Yeah. And by the way, how many of you would agree creating, I mean, just one second. We can come to that topic later. Let us see some other rank. SEO agency in Oak Hills. I don't know Oak Hills. They are just the locations, maybe suburb or something. So you see this, it's ranking number 1 for this keyword.
All right. Well, we got a couple people that are living in Austin that live in Austin and are checking you out and they don't see what you see. What is the keyword you're putting in to search the search keyword at the top to get that?
Let me just say this. Okay, I can try to give it there.
We see
I
it,
just
SEO
put it back.
agency in Oak
Oak
Hill,
Hills.
Texas, right? Is that
Yes.
what you're searching right now?
Yeah, and let me try it in private mode. By the way, it will fluctuate because Google is determining our ranking. So 10 day it may be fluctuating. Yeah, it's fluctuating. We can see. Yeah, but it would be stable because we know
It's only
we
been
have
2 days for crying out loud, right? Okay,
it
he
would
sees it.
fluctuate. Yeah.
George got it. Okay.
Okay. Will someone say tell us if you see something like this? Because
Yeah,
it will
George is
fluctuate.
replying that he sees it. Yes.
Okay. So I tell you how ranking happens. When first time you index your website, suppose you created a website, you submitted the Google sitemap to the Search Console. Immediately, not immediately, within 6 to 10 hours, couple of your pages would be seen with site colon domain. And I want to also share something very important.
Just out of curiosity, Anand, can you do a site colon on the entire page and see what actual pages are indexed?
Yeah, we can see it live.
How many pages are indexed? That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's like around 27 or something. Yeah, 27 or something are there. Okay.
Yeah. in just 2 days. So, I mean, that's
Two
amazing.
days. And also, I want to mention, I will come to that point why the indexing was so quick. Okay. And I want to also mention, you see, some of them are 16 hours ago, as you can see live. So it was just indexed 16 hours ago only, 19 hours ago, 15 hours ago, 18 hours ago. Let me just go to the private browser window and let me just see if we can see the rank. Okay, so this is what I was wanting to share you. Whenever you have a new website, suppose this is a new website and you are not sure, is my site ranking good or will rank good or not? Because sometime the ranks will come, sometime the ranks will go. It will happen for a couple of days. How you determine that you are in the cooling period? Copy the title of the page as is to a incognito window and type in there. If you don't see your website as the first result, that means it's in cooling period. Google yet to finalize your ranks. That means no problem. So that means we can just wait. And some of you can search the same keyword SEO agency in Raleigh, Texas, around 3-4 days, and you can see the differences. It does. So yeah, so Google Business Profile SEO in Austin, Texas. So we see that. Of course, it may be dancing. I just saw it, so I just took the screenshot of that time. SEO agency, Tech Ridge, Texas, East Riverside, Texas, Oak Hill. And also, Patrick, because the ranks are fluctuating, I took a screenshot a couple of hours ago where you can
Mm-hmm.
see a lot of
You might have to
is
blow it
actually
up. It's hard to see. There you
okay.
go. A little better.
So you can see these are all SEO keyword for various areas, and these are the ranks. And it
Yep.
was, yeah. So we also have a rank tracker. So it's not like these screenshots were taken from my logged in Google user because of the history, but it's actually a rank tracker, which is also confirming the same. So things are happening, and you see 100 to 1, 100 to 1. So things will happen, just will take some dice time. So what's new about it? Let me share you. Big news, 40 more sites are live. So next week gonna be very big for us because 40 more sites like this have been made live for test. And whoever is in our Skype room for
We don't have
Thursday
Skype
call,
anymore.
also the Microsoft Team room for Thursday. I actually, like whenever we talk team, it looks like your team or my team. So I don't know why they use this name, but they should use not the generic term. That's why I
I
don't
know.
use team, because team sometimes it's whose team.
I know.
So,
I know. It's cool.
so, so the Microsoft team, whoever is there, I will be sharing you all the various latest updates
And
and
we
all
can
that.
we can put the team link in there. People can request to join. It's fine.
Okay, just because right now I'm sharing the screen. So once I'm done, I will share the thing, and I will also, yeah, I will share the link shortly. And now let's see our content score. So we
We
use the automation tool to determine the content score, and our content score was all the green for majority of the pages.
Some people may not know what that means. What define what content score actually
Okay,
means.
content score is like, this is taken from SE ranking, the tool which we use. So SE ranking, when you scan this website which I have, you get the same results, to be honest. So the thing is, SE ranking is scanning your top 10 competitor for that keyword, and then they are scoring how well is your content optimized against competition. So now if I had a lower score, suppose like 30, it may be red or yellow. But if it is green, that means a decent score is there. Yeah. So yeah, so we can see in the next screen, average competitor content score is 68, the highest is 82, and ours is 75, which is still above the average.
Wow. And that's
Yeah.
100% automated.
Yeah, 100% automated. Yep,
Correct.
100%. And this screenshot say this website have zero backlink because it was just 2 days ago, 3 days ago we launched, so no backlink at all. These are all the natural content based and structure based rankings. Those are coming. And this is our technical audit score. Whatever, if a website have errors and too many errors, out of 100 we got 81, and our score is in green zone, and it do not have any major errors or things like that. So now we come to a point, SEO Austin, Texas. Why does this website ranks? Why these type? Okay, so the question is, why to build site like these? Okay, so my answer to this question, why you may require a website like this? Website like this can be for SERP domination. Imagine, Patrick, somebody who's a water restoration company, a water restoration business in some city, or a plumber in Austin, suppose. If they have 5 or 10 of such website like SEO Austin, Texas, they can have certain keyword with 3 results, certain keyword with 6 result, and they can just dominate the subs out there. So that's one advantage. Second advantage is the website like this, 30-40 pages, well structured, well optimized website can also hold your map embed to all the pages to increase your local ranks. And also these are real sites. They are not like a spammy blog network sort of pages. They are the real website built with care and all the variables for on-page SEO and technical audit things. Grab leads while you sleeping. If you use a chatbot, we can use your code and we can put that over entire all the pages of your network of sites. If you don't have, then no
And
need.
we can just build one for you if you don't have
We
it.
can
That's
build
fine.
one for you and put it there, so all the leads are gone to your mailbox, so there can be a pop-up window, then people can inquire there and things like that. Okay, so just 1 second, let me open the website. Patrick, this is not a small site. This is a well-structured SEO optimized content, a real looking website, clean
Amen to that.
structure. Yeah, and it also have this many services and this many locations and all proper interlink. And I can tell you, before coming to the webinar yesterday, I have done the scanning. There is no single 404 or any dead links in the entire site, even when it's a 40 page and so many interlinks are there. How many of you will tell me, let's just ask to the community, how many days it would take you to build a website like this? 30-40 pages website, like a well structured interlinks and all this. How many days do you think it might take for you to build a website like this? An hour? Okay. Valerie said it's like Gary said a week. Valerie said 30 days. Okay, fine. So shall we go to the next slide, Patrick, where we are talking about the pricing for the pre-launch?
Yeah, I think you all overcomplicate it. I just call an N and have him do it.
Who said this? Yeah, you said it. Okay. Okay, so typically what a website cost? Website cost around $1,000-$2,000 per website for a 30-page website. If we take it like an average of 1,250 with the multiply of 5, we get it like 6,250 one time, and then maybe some hosting fee or all like that. So Patrick, why don't you ask people what is the price? Something like that.
You did.
Okay.
It's not, well, you're certainly, I wouldn't even allow you to charge that kind of money, so it's okay.
Okay. So can we have guests from the audience?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah,
Ask.
so any of you, what do you think? What can we charge you for 30, 40 pages? What do you expect in price for a website, a
What,
well-structured and SEO
I'm not
optimized
sure
site?
that I think what you need to do is summarize exactly what it is that you are doing. You showed a website, you showed a cool website, you show one website, you show 40 pages, a location pages. I'm still a little confused what it is that you're going to be, offering and selling here. So why don't you recap what you're doing?
Okay, so it's not 4,000. We got $8,000 and someone say 500. Okay, let's see. Yes, here we are. It's a pre-launch time only, no long-term commitment required, and we charge you $200 per month for 5 websites like this.
So you do all the work, you build them, you rank them, they get all the leads, they collect all
Yeah,
the money for the leads, they charge the
correct,
customer what they want, and you're only
correct.
charging them $40 a website per month. Are you out of your
40
freaking
bucks
mind?
per month.
You didn't show me this. That's $40 a month per website. Are you nuts?
And I tell you what it includes, Patrick. It even includes the domain fee. It
Okay.
includes the domain fee.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Hey, you know what? I can't argue with the VP of marketing, so whatever. 5 domains, web hosting, optimization sites, real like AI images. Okay. So,
Content refresh every 3 months to gain more advantage with the Google freshness. So
uh,
whoever subscribe, we update your entire website, similar
okay.
URL structure, but a fresh SEO optimized that time content
All right. Let,
every
let,
three
let's
months.
let's kind of back up here. Okay. So I think the issue that we have to really kind of talk about a little bit is your time, not your time, but our time, and what we're trying to accomplish with our time. And the thing that you may or may not agree with me on is we have we have TMI out the ass, too much information, right? Every day you get a new this, a new that, a new this. This replaces this replaces that. And we feel, at least I do, and some, give me a yes if you feel the same way. I feel like I'm a dog chasing my tail. Anybody feel the same way? Every day we got this, then Perplexity does that, then Claude does this, then oh my God, this is insane, and it does that. And when do you ever freaking stop on the merry-go-round trying to get something done when as soon as you get something done tomorrow, there's 74 people saying, oh my gosh, it's insane. This does this because that didn't do that. And now we got this to do this. Dude, I'm sick of this shit. I'm literally sick of this shit. And that's one of the reasons why I'm letting Anand come in and bring this to you guys and to everybody else, is that get off the fair merry-go-round and let somebody do it who's getting it done and get the leads. All you got to do is call people, get the sites up, charge them for the leads, and bada boom, bada bing, go to the beach. How many agree with me on this? Is it just not too much information coming out the fire hose all the frickin' time? You got this that does all these new videos that come out. You got Todd Gross that just came out with an awesome program for videos. I love it. We're going to use it. But at the same time, now you got this and this and this and this and this. And as good as all of this AI stuff is, I can tell you, and I get a little anxious about all of this, but for 2 years since this came out, the reason that Anand is able to do what he's doing, he got was it a $200,000 grant from Microsoft? Who was it from? Anand, you
Yeah,
can speak up.
yeah. What's the question?
What was the grant we got from Microsoft? What was it?
125,000 grants
All right, so I
USD.
exaggerated. Okay. So here's the beautiful part, that, over that course of the time of using all those credits, all of this was being built and tested and built and tested against all of that and all the AI credits. And so that's why Anand was able to kind of put this together and make it work in such a seamless way that everybody else is struggling to figure all this stuff out. And yeah, there's some rock stars on here that think they know everything and it's okay. That's not a problem. But you can know everything, but take the time to do it all. There's a big difference of knowing what to do and taking the time and wanting to do it when, let's go back to Mike Martin. Mike Martin made a fortune off of doing exactly this on shitty PBN crap that wasn't any good. And he had rank and rent sites everywhere. How many of you guys know Mike? I love him to death. He's awesome. He's an amazing guy. Okay. But now we've got content that works rank that PBN. And if you want to do a PBN, just get a G site, you make a G site PBN, and now you've got your own rock star behind this rock star, and you can, kind of charge what you want for the gate. Okay. So we wanted to really kind of bring this out and kind of give you guys an idea of a 43-page website for all the local service areas that your customer may want to use and be ranked in. And then you can use Backlink Factory this, and you could take all these and clone them back up into G Site Factory. And now you got 10 or 12, 15 G sites, creating links back to these sites. I mean, come on. It's a no-brainer. And if I'd have known you were going to charge $200 a month for 5 websites, I might not have allowed you to do that. But hey, you're the boss. I just work here now.
I tell you, like my reason is just to build out certain case studies in various niche. And I tell
that
you,
makes sense. That makes sense.
yeah, because I don't want to, market it, sell it, and then, I just want real people, real testimonials, and real market study, because it's for my study. Like, it will tell me what challenges comes and how we deal situations and how we find the solutions.
So this is a test market right now. So basically what you're saying is you just want everybody to get in, test it, break it, change it, you make it better. We all work together, come up with a solution.
Yep.
And for $50 a month per website, and if one of your customers doesn't want the leads, you just go in and change and redirect the content for your new client.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I've got a real serious question. And I know you already answered this, but how soon will they rank on the first page of Google?
I personally believe a lot of the local keywords should be ranking within 2 weeks, or even in our case, more earlier. And by the way, nobody have to buy anything today, because I'm going to share them the rankings day by day. So it's not something I'm hiding. I'm going to update them, 40 more sites. You don't buy today, you buy after 2 days. Once you satisfy, once you verified the ranks, right? So we are not asking people to invest money in a software they don't know what it does. We are asking them to invest on a real example, which they can check and verify.
Right.
And when they are comfortable, and I tell you, this is like, as I said you, it is for our case studies and exploration.
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
So this kind of price,
it's like a beta test room with a cheap price.
Beta test and all this. So we are not going to offer this. Nobody has to assume this would be our price. It is our costing. You have to take it this way. It is not our price. And how many sites you buy, it's up to you. We are very much interested to do various case studies. That's the purpose.
Joanne's asking a good question. She says, can I order for more than one city? So, Joanne, I'm not sure I understand if you want to, is your client in more than one city? You want a site for each city that he's in, or just what Anand is sharing with you? You got one site with 30 cities. Do they need a separate site for each city, Anand?
Yeah, let me just read his question, which is...
No, it's Joanne. It says, can I order for more than one city? That's all. Okay. So Nathan here has asked, after they are created, then what? How do you continue to increase rankings? Good question.
Of course, let me share you that part. So if found necessary by our team to boost the ranks, the cloud stack and Google stack are also included on requirement.
We're doing that on the back end for right now. We're doing that on the back end to prove the concept.
Yes. So, and also like, like it's a new thing. We need to go with various niche. We need to invest our time, learn the technology. Some niche will rank like in 3 die, 5 die. And even I tell you, Patrick, all the SEO agency keyword, we are beating those big guys who are actually SEO company,
Yeah.
right? So the competition which we are beating is also an expert on his zone, on the same zone. So the thing is, building these sites for a local niche, like a plumber, like a electrician, like a garage door, is much easier than beating a SEO agency
You
versus
know,
SEO agency.
and so one of the other questions is if we stop, then do we keep the websites? No, you're not owning the
Now,
websites.
I'm coming to that part. Let me tell what is not included. The domain ownership, website data copy, because you are renting done for you services, so none of this is included. What if I stop paying? We reserve our right to dispose the domain name or rent out someone else whom it might help getting business lead. But we promise you one thing: if we ever do revamp after your cancellation of subscription, all the brand name, phone number, and theming would change. So it won't have, of course, we are not going to share them your number. They will have theirs, but the URL structure and all that can be there.
Just
Why the
redirect it to the next
Yeah,
company. Yeah.
yeah. And you can even we give this flexibility to our client also. Suppose X user of us buy it for Y client and he left him, they can come to us once a while. We refresh it for the new client. If the leads are there, they goes to the new client who's paying our
Okay.
client. So that can be done. Why the
So
prices are so low?
yeah,
Yeah.
I got another. I mean, we got a lot of questions, so keep your answers short, okay?
Okay.
Um, so someone's
We have
asking
a
if the ranking
Yeah.
doesn't happen, then we waive to build G sites. I don't know that I'm understanding the question, Kyle. So you want to reposition that? I appreciate it.
I think let me conclude the presentation so I can pick one by one questions and answer everybody. So how to order? Just email me white label SEO at the ranking store, or you can find me in any of the Microsoft team groups of TRS. And of course, it is not something like we planned. That's why we don't have the order button right now. But you can just connect with me. Number of sites can be multiply of 5. You can invest anytime. And what I can do, Patrick, I can lock in this price for up to how many die? We had to lock in
What's the 11th?
11 to die.
What's today? Wednesday? I would say till a week from Friday.
Okay, so let's make it 20 fine.
Well, what day is today?
Today is Thursday.
Yeah, just go to next Thursday. That's fine.
Okay, next Thursday. So these prices are available till next Thursday. And in the next 6-7 days, you will find me sharing you more case studies as we are working. So, and Patrick, why we build SEO agency sort of sites? Because we can't reveal our client website to others, right?
Yeah.
So we can't reveal that. So that's why for our test, we have to go with something like this generic.
Do me a favor in the chat, copy the
Let me check.
team link, and put it in the chat for everyone.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me just stop sharing my
That way they
screen
don't
and
have to
then.
copy it, okay?
Okay, 1 second. Okay, so I'm sharing my room link
No,
where
put
you
it
can
in the
find.
chat.
Yeah.
If to everyone, if you would, please.
Yeah, I have done.
I don't see it. Oh, wait a minute. I'm all the way at the top. I got 29 questions above you.
Okay, let me answer all the questions, huh? Because okay, I start from here. Okay, so I'm starting from the Patrick. How soon they will rank? We
No,
estimate 1 to 2 weeks. That's fine. We
keep
have
down.
covered that. Can I order more than one city? Okay, let me answer this question. This is a very good question, by the way. Let me rephrase this question. Which city you pick as your main city? Any city which have 50,000 to more population, which is important one for your client. Sometime of 40,000 population important for your client, go for that as your main city. And then nearby areas we can cover. in the other pages. So like here we were targeting Austin, so a lot of focus was given to the Austin. So your major city should be something that is so important for the client. And you know how to decide that? If your GPP have 6 or 7 service areas, those are your golden ones. To go start with that. Okay.
Keep your
Domain
answer
name.
short though, and then
Yeah.
you know.
After they are created, then what? How do you continue increase? And we have answered it. Think if I have to pull out. Okay. If we stop, then do we keep websites? No, because it's a rental basis. If the ranking doesn't happen, then we have to build G sites. We already built the backlink, so you don't have to actually worry about that part at this moment. We own these, or are we just renting them from you? Carrie asked this. You are renting it from us. So that's why we are charging so less, because we are just trying to make some case studies. I'm only interested in this if it ranks fast. How long? We have already answered 1 to 2 weeks max. That's how we take it. GMB is usually where the ranking matters. Seems to be local service business. They don't create leads. GMB is what really matters. Look, if you have a GMB and you have 5 of these websites, your embed map embed can be there, and only we can just determine how much it would help to have a well structured 40-page website having your embed code. So that's my answer there. I don't have a GMB in Austin, so obviously I have to just rely on subs, but your case is different. You have the GMB. What if the site are not ranking as well as expected, not generating any leads? We are not looking here for a long-term commitment. You can start with the minimal one order, 5 websites, 1 month. 1 month is fair enough for you. We are also paying, not making any money. We are paying for the domain name, hosting, and all that. So the first month is your month. If you are happy, you renew. If you don't happy, then we just say you cancel the subscription because it's in beta right now, or you can
Right.
wait for the final prices when they are live. Right now, it's not the final prices. What happen after canceling? We can dispose the domain or we can rebrand it. Up to us. Okay.
We're not okay.
Okay. Ken Johnson say, my customer has a website already. Are you suggesting we replace it? No.
No,
What
no.
we are suggesting, suppose your keyword is home improvement St. John's. What if you have 5 more websites and 5 of them and one more, 3, 4 of them are ranking in every single keyword. You are actually dominating the entire market zone. User come to the first one or third one or fifth one. This is how you have to take it. So it's not to replace your client side. How would this work for national? We are still working on internal testing for the national ones. Right now it's designed only for this one. 5 cities for one city. Yeah, if you have 5 of your major services, suppose like home remodeling, uh, bathroom remodeling, kitchen remodeling in Austin, these 3 are 3 sites. So like this, you can take this way. My niche is bit different, so I would need to educate you on what works and doesn't work.
That's
Nathan,
cool.
Nathan, you should feel free to chat with me, and then you can explain me, and maybe I can find out something for you. Can we supply a phone number to put you on website? Very
Absolutely.
good question, Mike Jams. What you can provide? You can provide us the phone number. You can provide us your GBP link. You can also provide us your website link. Even these are better one than your VPN. So we can even have a backlink back to your homepage of your website, your main website. Lots things can be done in that way. Some niches rely on ranking in 3 pack. What if that never happens?
Cancel
Nathan,
it.
you
Cancel it.
already, yeah, cancel, and you already having your website. It's just additional to that. Are the 5 website in the same area or niche? Caroline, the thing is, as I explained with the home remodeling, we can further discuss, and I can suggest you even the domain name also. We will decide what domain we book, but most of time it would be keyword basis domain. Can we supply a phone number? We have already answered. And now let me see, is it your recommendation that 5 sites serve one client, or is it up to 5 different clients? I would highly recommend you try for one client. Even if you have 10 extra leads, it matter for your client, your bonding with them, your business relation with them. Don't drive it too much is not good. Focus on one client, 5 sites.
Name.
Can we use out our own domain name, Joanne? No, because we have seen EMD works very good, and this is a renting based model. We are into learning phase, making the case studies. We are very confident because of the content structure and our earlier phase of our discussion. We have
Oh,
seen
I like the next
working.
question.
Can each website by a different combination target keyword city? For example, plumber A, dentist B. No, one order would be for one niche. So if you are a plumber, for the one client, we will take one order. We are not going to take 5 order for 5 different clients. It won't work that way. Neither it is useful for you. We have our experience, and that's why we recommend you that way. The 5 site can be 5 separate clients in different country. No, Mike, we will suggest you one client. Focus on one client, one order, 5 website. So we have to have a website per service. We are booking the domain hosting and everything, and website is built by us, domain is booked by us. Will these sites rank existing GPP listing that we have currently with another website? Please explain. What we can do is we recommend you this way: embed your main GBP to all the 5 websites. And because I personally have 20 years of SEO experience and local SEO experience, I will guide you there. So that's not an issue. So you are the only offering local site. What about sites like Catonish? Patrick, can you read the dance question?
Where is it at?
It's the fourth last. So you are only offering local site. What about Catonish? Ketonish, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Keto? Yeah. Well, I mean, so the question is, can we just build these out, not necessarily for a location GMB, but can we use these to build out our niche? Keto is a diet site,
Keto
or
diet.
can we use and build these
Yeah. So
5 sites
suppose,
out?
okay. So suppose your keyword is keto diet expert in Austin. Yes, something like that. The finance industry is often different regarding Google and ranking. Can you rank like you showed in financial industry? I'm working for a real estate client. So YMYL is also there, and I will have soon the experience and I will share. Does each website include all the same service areas as, for example, main area Austin, suburb round? Nathan, answer to your question is we are not the local expert. I'm from India. So what we suggest you can give us your set of example. We can give ours, something what we both prefer, we can use. But what I don't recommend is you don't go out of 10 miles or 15 miles. That's must. Okay. And we won't need to create fact GBPs. These correct? I
No,
already have a GBP. Never. Don't
never.
play with Google. You see me, SEO Austin, Texas. I put we are now serving in Austin. Anybody can serve anywhere, but I'm not saying I'm a Austin business. So you need to take it ethical. Why? We are not doing any black hat. It's a pure white hat SEO. You are building your website with the legit content. It's not a spammy website, a well structured website. And we have our room shared. You can join. Every one of you is invited there, and you can join there. And I will be keep posting you the results we get and
And
these prices. Yeah.
let's kind of also think about this as being a single entity tool. What else can we do besides what Anand is already sharing us to do? Number one, I'm sure most of you already have Backlink Factory. So now you've got
Yeah.
all these sites, well, all the possibilities of using Backlink Factory to whether it's a local business or not a local business, you have all of that. If it's a local business, those of you that have POI and Backlink Factory, you can combine those two together to increase the rankings. For those of you that have POI, Backlink Factory, and G Site Factory, you can take the HTML link from the sites that Anand is making, shoot that right up into a G site, and now you got 50 G sites that are out there that are pushing links back to you. So, guys, don't make this complicated. This isn't rocket science. It's all about making it simple, doing the right things that Google likes, and then we've got the tools that nobody else in the entire industry has, in terms of Google and backlink, and we put these on the back side of what he's building. You got a atom bomb going here. right? Does everybody understand that? Give me a 5 if you understand what I'm talking about. And for those of you who don't, give me a 3, okay? Because being here 7 years, and Anand being here 7 years with us, he's gone through every iteration of Traffic Factory, of Content Factory, of Backlink Factory, of POI Factory, of G-Site PBNs. Use what he's building here as a base source. Well, you don't have to buy backlinks, Nathan. If you got Backlink Factory, for crying out loud, you can make 100 of them every 3 seconds. And they're all Google backlinks. You know that. You don't have to buy backlinks for this. You have the tools that already give them to you. You build a G site, and all the G site content backlinking to the pages that Anand's already doing. Buying backlinks is retarded. Only
You
people
read
that
the
don't understand how Google works and how you can get Google backlinks buy backlinks. You just don't need to do it. We have the tools that already do it. And you have the tools that already do it within us as well, if you have those tools, right? So
yeah, and yeah,
wait a minute,
and
wait a minute. And here's the thing. Here's the piece de resistance of what I just said. Well, what if I do all this extra backlink and we get all these extra links and we get all this business and the customer turns us down and says, I don't want to do business with you anymore. Okay. What happens then, guys? I'll give 50 TRS credits to the first person who answers that question. What's the answer to that question? No, what's the answer to my question? Sell it to a competitor, redirect it, or do what? Turn the public links to private links, and all the juice that you created for that particular site goes away. That's the beauty of doing what we're doing. Pull the plug, DOS, exactly. Make it private. So the guy wants to get pissy with you, say, screw you. I just turn all the juice off. I'll redirect the fire hose to your competitor. And they'll be happy to take all the leads. Make sense? That's by using this combination of what Anand has put together and all the tools that we already have, or some of you already have. And if you don't, we'll share with you how you can use those or get those. But primarily, we're just continually going to be using Google to rank in Google with the tools that we have and how he's building the sites. And to rent a site for $50 a month, if you can't generate leads and make that kind of money back, then you might as well go find another freaking job. It's not
and
rocket
there is a
science.
question. There is a question from Carrie. As long as we continue the subscription, the price stays the same. Yes. So we are not going to change your subscription, whoever subscribed earlier. Yeah, that
The
would be said.
payments are still all on PKS, and they do allow
Yep.
PayPal credit.
Yeah. What payment process you think? Yeah, you have answered that question. And if we have just 5 more minutes, I want to share our strength of this website.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Let me share my screen again, just for 5 minutes.
We just want to thank everybody for being here. And
Yeah.
if you think what Anand is doing, the time he's put in, just give him a high five, give him some heart, give him some love. I mean, he's put his heart and soul into building this out, for us, and for you specifically, and keeping it simple so that we don't have to go off and do another rabbit trail because Perplexity did this today, or it's kind of funny. Every day I get it, and I'm sure you guys get the same thing, right? Yeah, Dan, I'll have a replay. But every day I get this new headline. Oh my gosh, this new thing is so insane, it's crazy. Well, it's just another version of Perplexity. Or I get another one. You got to look at this. It's absolutely retarded. What you could do. Well, it's just another version of something that they've already done. We're in an environment where everything changes daily. But the one thing that is very, 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 very consistent is when you do the fundamentals and you do the thing that Anand is doing, we now have a really big base, right? And the only thing that I would say that you could do on your own is you take the information that Anand is developing on these sites, create blog posts around it, and just beat the living shit out of social media posting on the content linking back to the site. That's going to help out a lot, right? So, Yeah, Anand is our R&D team as well. So he's in there. Does that make sense to everybody? Give me a five if that makes sense. I know I get a little bit, you know, outrageously loud about this, but it really is. We're trying to make this so simple for us in a confused ocean, right? Literally, we're confused every day. I spend 4 hours a day on my AI, on ChatGTP, and building out and digging and digging and digging and digging and digging. Okay. And it always produces good results, but it always does what? It always has another rabbit trail to go down. And it's like a never-ending rabbit trail about this. And then in the 2 years that he's been working with using the Microsoft credits and AI, he's the main support for Ted Kubitis and Quora, if you've ever heard of that uh, program. So he's Ted's support, person for that. He built a complete program around Quora to make it simple. So I'm just thankful that I was able to have an N on our team to take over for me so I can go do other things, right? And
Thank you,
Gary
Patrick.
is doing some other things. So, just give a shout out, give us a high five, give some love for Anand because he's going to be your main guy. Know his face. You're not going to be seeing me that much anymore because I'm off doing other things. And I know some of you are real happy about that, but I don't care. It's okay.
Okay,
All right.
so we coming to the point. We have our homepage having a very big detailed with the places, whatever places we are using, a very detailed schema. So we have the local schema onto this website. And maybe I'm wrong, but I have not seen a website builder around which creates LLMS file for the AI ranks. A very detailed LLMS website. I think, Patrick, you should ask to the community how many of them actually have seen this kind of a well-structured LLMS file or
You just
build
asked
one.
him.
Okay, guys, can you tell me one if you have this kind of detailed LLMS file created? One, and two, if you have not utilized this space yet.
You got a bunch of twos coming in.
Anybody with one
Oh,
or
Nathan
two?
probably has a one.
Not in auto builder. Yes, sir. That's what I said. Okay. HSI. Okay, so lots
Yeah,
of
yeah.
two, right? So guys, we are doing here is we are utilizing the AI at the next generation level because I have been 2 years working with all this. And now coming to the next point, structure, it is there. And also one more thing, this header and these color combinations, we can go as close to your website. So suppose your website have a red black, we can try to be close to that color combination so it fits in the logo. So that can be done. And second thing I want to say, even this can be done. Suppose, Patrick, imagine 5 of these website, but customer is concerned of GBP number of calls, right? In that case, what we can do, all the buttons can go to that GBP link. So the people calls in GBP. You got the point? So if they get 10 extra call, the graph increase and the customer is happy because the GBP calls, if that matters for your client, let us know. We can have all the call to us button to GBP, and that way number of calls increase for the GBP. Yep. And yeah, so I mean, you have the URL with you, you can study it. I always welcome you. If you have any doubt, any on-page scanning tool, you can go ahead and can scan this website, any page content, and I'm very much sure you will get good, decent scores because a lot have been done in the background. And also one more thing, you will find service pages have the same content, location pages have the same content block, but in the entire website, not even a single call to action is repeated, Patrick. Everything is generated unique for all the pages. So even if the call to action are same, you go to the website SEO agency austintech.com. See all the call to action. Even I tell you, Patrick, we have done micro level things.
Oh,
We
did you put the
we
link in the chat?
Yeah, let me
Somebody's
just share.
asking for the link.
Okay, let
Put it
me
in
just
again.
share there. Yeah.
Sorry.
And I tell you, Patrick,
Thank you.
very beautiful thing, which none of the website builder I can say would ever be able to do this. When you are on digital marketing service page, what is saying? Request your digital marketing strategy. Okay, so the button is also thematic, right? Get your digital marketing review. You got the point? Every single call to action is based on the page. Very micro level things has been taken care. So even every one of them is unique. So it's not just like another, AI builder giving you the same call to action for all the pages. If you go to any of the service pages, you will find out every single service page do have a separate call to action based on that service page. So if it's a kitchen remodeling page, call to action will tell, why don't you remodel your kitchen? Call us today for the quotation for kitchen remodel or something like that. So micro level detailing has been taken care because I have been, uh, I don't know if many of you knows or not, but I have been in my career have worked over more than 8,000 or 10,000, maybe perhaps 10,000 WordPress websites, Patrick, I have personally worked with.
Yeah, I
It,
know.
it may sound like unrealistic, but when there was a platform called scriptlance.com, one of the outsourcing portal 20 years ago, I was among top 3 global freelancer in that website at that time.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All right. There's a
yeah,
question just to reiterate. Someone's very not understanding the exact offer. So if you
my
read it,
website, all the same area niche. I'm selling to 5 clients. We will recommend you sell it one order, one client, $200 investment for one client. Suppose your client have 5 major services, we can pick that, or you can discuss it with me. We will see your case and I will give you a specific recommendation for your case. So everything doesn't suits and fits in everyone's place. So whatever the best is, I will guide you. Take it this way. Suppose your client is home improvement St. John's. You want 2 to 5 websites ranking here and there everywhere, and you want to dominate your subs in local. And all those websites, if your client have a GBP having the map embed, who knows what would be the result. And that's why we offering this price, because we want to know the results. We want to know how much it helps you in your map ranking. We want to listen and learn from you what kind of results comes in, because we are sure of the website part. Yeah. Okay, so I
that's all
think
right, Gary.
we
We
are
got you
done with
covered.
this. Everyone can just connect
Okay.
with me onto the Microsoft team further. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Okay. I have one last question,
Yeah.
which is kind of off the wall for everybody. Um, how many of you guys actually hire and pay for external VAs? Give me a one in the chat if you do, or two if you don't use VAs at all. Okay. 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 Cool. So I'm going to be having another webinar next week. And before I do, I want to ask this question. If you could get a trained VA who did not charge you anything for the first 30 hours of their work with you, I'll repeat that. They did not charge you for the 30 hours, first 30 hours that they work with you. Would that be of any interest to anybody, or would that not be of any interest? Give me a one if it has interest, or two if it doesn't. 100%, 111, 100%. Okay. Now, if I added that they are already accredited and have gone through school and been taught to do the things that we want them to do, then does that increase the value of that 30 hours that you would be able to get for free? Yes or no?
100% yes.
Okay. So next week, I'm organizing a webinar from an accredited school that is working specifically with VAs from the Philippines. They have to go through this school. It's a nonprofit organization, and they are taught social media, this type of thing, all the things that we need to do that, we can buy automation tools and stuff like that, but regardless, it's still a PIMA, right? To be able to do all this. And I was on a call the other night introducing this to a pretty large team, and they about fell off the chair. Trained 30 hours free. You decide at the end of 30 hours if you want to hire them or not. And I believe the price is around $7 an hour. Okay. The first 30 hours is whatever you want them to do. They're trained in, we will train them in RF tools. Yes, that right now, that's something we're going to end up doing. More so, we're going to think about this as the type of VA that's doing their social media, doing the posting, doing all the bullshit work, that has to be done, checking on it, making sure it's done, whatever you want them to do. And I will make sure with the owner of the 501c3 that we as a company begin to come in and have classes and to train their VAs on the ranking store tools. Okay. So did I get anybody that said no, that this is a no-go, that you don't like this idea? Is there any no's at all?
There's no.
Okay. Okay. And Patrick, I think a lot of people do have that situation. And for the most part, Dan has a complete team of people that can do this as well. But I'm doing this as an external piece, not to compete with what we do here or what Anand can do, but his team is extremely well. How many people do you have on your team there, just so everybody knows?
It's like around 14 right now. Yeah.
He's got 14 people that work
Yep.
direct in his office.
Yep.
And he trains to do all this work that he shared with you today. But, I do know that they're staffed up for him. And I like this idea of working with a nonprofit organization that's helping people and training them. And the fact that they're giving 30 hours of their time to prove that they know what they're doing so that you don't pay for somebody that's not going to deliver. Okay. So is that pretty cool? Would you guys like us to do that next Wednesday? Wait a minute. When's Christmas? Oh, we're still okay. Okay, cool. Anybody think it's a bad idea? Absolutely a bad idea. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Kyle. All right. So I'm going to try to set that up for next week. Maybe not at this time, because then you're having another call next week at this time, right? This is your weekly call time, right? Right.
Yeah. And
So I'll
we would
set it
have
up
lots
for a
of.
different time. And I'm going to have the owner of the company who created this nonprofit organization come on and talk to us, be able to answer all your questions. We hired a girl the other night for 30 hours. And by the time she's done, she'll know everything that we need her to do. And then we start paying her. I think it's amazing, totally amazing concept that this guy's come up with, right? And the more complicated AI becomes and the more things it is asking us to do to do and rank and get citate. And one of the things, and then you did not mention that is very, very critical in what you're doing is all the content that you're putting out there. When we can take that content and then use, your staff or another tool that you build to go do the social posting for all that content that you're building, that's going to exponentially increase the value of what we're already building for these sites because we all know that all that social posting that we used to do that didn't really help out a lot, but now it's becoming the citation resources. And you can see that directly when you're using your AI, where it has the citation link back to where it got the data, right,
Yeah.
Anand?
Yeah.
And how
Yeah.
important is that,
Yeah.
right? So the more that we have all this stuff out there, it's just going to help us even more. And do you guys think that $6-7 an hour is a reasonable price to pay for somebody that gave you 30 hours that can prove themselves? Give me a one if you think that's too high or if it's okay. That would be helpful for me. Good, good, good. Okay, okay. It's great. Okay. Thanks, Patrick. Appreciate it. Doss. 6 is better than 7. Yeah, Mike, and I can go one better for you as well. Always good stuff, Pat, the gang. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put that together for us and look for a announcement for that for next Tuesday or Thursday. I'll come up with a date for everybody, and we'll do a newsletter. Last question: Do you? I know the answer to this, Anand, because this is you can give Anand credit and lots of love and lots of kudos for this. How many of you are enjoying the fact that you're not getting 17 emails from us anymore? Just one, maybe multiple ones, but at one time you're only getting one email. Just one. Give me a one in the chat. Give some love to Anand. Give him some hugs, some kisses, some hats, right? It's amazing. It only took me 7 years to do that. So, but that was him. He's the one that said, "You can't keep doing this." And Gary's like, "Why are you doing it? You don't need to tell them 17 times a day what to do, right? Look at the hearts. Look, that's cool." So when Anand came on, the first task I gave him was clean up the email list. So we only have one email going out so that everybody's not getting spammed. And that doesn't mean Gary's not going to keep posting in the Teams room. I can't stop that, but I think we got a good focus where we want to go. You got Anand who is really in the depths of AI, in the depths of construction, understanding what works together. And, I saw some of the responses here today where, we could do that, we could do this, blah, blah, blah. That's all cool, but you go ahead and do it. And I think you should do it because if you know how to do it, do it. But I got better things to do with my time than try to figure all this shit out and get it done. At 73 years old, I want to go spend some time with my grandson. I want so. In any case, if you think you got a better mousetrap, go for it, buddy. Do it all day long, and when you do, come and let us know, and we'll help you out. Will there be a replay? Hopefully, I hit the record button. It says it's recording, so there will be. All right.
Okay.
Thanks for being with us. Look for my
Thank
email
you.
for next week for the VA thing. And the one thing I will guarantee you, there is not anything that you can buy if you come to the webinar. You cannot buy anything. Okay? It's all free. So, all right. See you guys later. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anand, awesome. Let's give Anand some love before we leave, okay? Really. I mean, it's just the amount of work and time and effort he's put in to do this and to show us the fact that he just did something a couple days ago and it's already ranking, and it's already indexing, and it's already, there. That is, I think, pretty amazing stuff, right? And I think 99% of everybody on here agree that they accomplished what you did in the few days that you did with what you've done. There's always somebody that's smarter than you and better than you and can do whatever they want. But man, let them take the time to do it. I don't want to do it. I have no clue. I have no desire to do what you're doing, bud. but I thank you for doing it for the ranking store and being part of the new team. And so he's also part of the ownership of TRS now as well, guys. So the buck stops with him, not me anymore. All right, thanks. See you guys. Bye bye.
Thank you. See you. Bye.